Hi, this is Victoria.
I am
I'll start
Princy.
our mark into. Okay.
Okay,
Can you tell me about yourself?
okay, ma'am. Good morning. I am Princy. I completed my engineering on this year. Then I completed my Python courses on the Credo system. Now I'm currently looking for a Python job. So I need this interview for improving myself.
Okay. Okay, let's start our interview session. So I'll ask questions in all the basic questions in Python. So let's see how you answer. So my first question is, what is slicing in Python?
Okay. Slicing means taking part of. It is applicable to string, tuples, and list. The syntax for slicing is start, stop, and step. The start, which represents where we need to slice, the stop, which is used to where we need to stop, and step is used to number of steps we need to jump.
Okay, good.
Okay.
So among these three, which argument is compulsory?
Start and stop is compulsory.
Okay. So it is possible to modify a string in Python, and how?
Okay. Okay, string cannot be modified now because a string is immutable. If we need to modify the strings, first we need to construct a new string by assembling various parts of string, or we need to modify the string by converting it into a list and again turn it into string only needed.
Okay. So my next question is, what is lambda?
Okay. Lambda is a predefined function in Python. It can accept any number of arguments with single expression. For example, add is equal to lambda a comma b colon a plus b. Then we need to print uh, add uh, by assigning a value for a and b like 3 comma 2, then it will print the value as a 5.
Okay. So can you tell me about dynamically typed languages?
Okay. Dynamically typed languages are two stages, static and dynamic. Uh, First, static is defined as a data type are checked before execution. In dynamic type, the data type are checked during execution.
Okay, let's move on to the next question.
Okay.
Tell me the difference between list and tuple.
Okay. List and tuples both are a sequence data type that can be stored as a collection of objects of a different data type. Then lists are represented by a square bracket and tuples are represented by parentheses. The main difference between both are lists are mutable but tuples are immutable. We can modify, append, or slice in list, but not in tuples. If we need to modify tuples, we need to convert it into list and then modify.
Good. Can you say the difference between .py file and .pyc file?
Okay. Uh, .py file is a Python source code file. Then .pyc file is a bytecode of the Python file. .pyc file is created when the code is imported from the source code. The interpreter convert the source .py file to .pyc file.
Okay, so can you say about split
Okay.
method and its use, how it is used?
Okay. Split method is used to separate the string in Python. It will separate the given sentence into a single word. Like, for example, if we assigning a is equal to Python for all as a sentence, if we need to print the statement in split, it will print like Python for all, like a three separate statements. Sorry,
Okay,
three
the
separate
split
words
will happen. So where the split will happens?
between the sentence.
Okay.
Mm.
Can you say about memory management in Python?
Okay. Memory management is managed in Python by private heap space. All object and data structure are located in it. Programmer not have access in it. Only interpreter can take part in this memory management. Allocation of heap space for Python object is done by Python memory manager and inbuilt garbage collector which recycle all the unused memory in heap space. These three will manage the memory management in Python.
Good. So what is self?
Okay. Self is an instance or object of the class. It is explicitly included as the first parameter. This is optional in Java. Then the self variable is a init method refers to the newly created object. It refers to the object whose method was called.
Okay, good.
Hmm.
So explain how to delete a file in Python.
Okay. Delete is done once it is imported to the programmer because we need to import the delete like by using the given command like os.remove by file name. First, we need to import the OS and then give os.remove file name. It will remove the given file.
Okay. So when we are passing arguments, we pass in two ways: pass by value and pass by reference. So
Yes.
you give me explanation about what is pass by value and what is pass by reference.
First, pass by value. Pass by value is defined as copy of the actual object is passed. Changing the value of the copy of the object will not change the value of the original object. But in pass by reference, reference to the object, actual object is passed. Changing the value of the new object will change the value of the original object.
Okay.
Hmm.
Can you say about init method in Python?
Okay. Init method works as like the constructor in Java. The method is run as once the object is called. It is useful for initializing any attributes or default behavior of the object at the time of instantiation.
Okay, right. So what is the difference between a remove function and a del statement?
Okay. Both are an inbuilt function in Python. In remove, user can delete a specific object in the list. And in delete, user can delete an object at a specific location by using the index value.
Okay. Tell about Python decorator.
Okay. Decorator are a very powerful and useful tool in Python that allows the programmer to add functionality to an existing code. This is also known as a meta programming because a part of the program takes to modify another part of the program at compile time. It allows the user to wrap another function to extend the behavior of the wrapped function without permanently modifying it.
Okay. Do you know what are Python modules and name some inbuilt modules in Python?
Okay. Python modules are like the files which are inbuilt in it, which containing the Python code. These can either be functions, classes, or variables. So some of the Python modules are OS, sys, math, random, and data.
Okay. Okay, tell me about the local and global variables in Python.
Okay. First, local variable. Any variable declared inside a function is known as local variable, and its accessibility remains inside the function only. But in global variable, any variable declared outside the function, and it can be easily accessed by any function present throughout the program.
Okay, good. Can you tell about the inbuild methods in re modules like split, sub, and subyen?
Okay. Firstly, the split method. It is used to split the given string into a list. Then next, sub. This method used to find a substring where a regular expression pattern matches and then it replaces the matched substring with the different strings. Then subn. This method is similar to sub method, but it returns the new string along with number of replacements. It will given the total number of count, how many times we will replace the given string like.
Okay, let's move on to the next question. Is Python fully object oriented?
Mm. Python follows different programming paradigms. It will follow some paradigms like function oriented programming paradigm, procedure oriented programming paradigm, and it also follows the basic concepts like inheritance polymorphism and some more. But it will not support the encapsulation.
Okay. Can you differentiate between NumPy and SynPy, that is numerical Python, and the scientific Python?
Okay. NumPy stands for numerical Python and SciPy stands for scientific Python. NumPy is used for efficient and general numerical conceptions on numerical data saved in array. For example, sorting, indexing, reshaping, and in scientific Python, it's a collection of tools in Python used to perform operations such as integration, differentiation, and so more. In numeric Python, there are some linear algebraic functions available in this module, but they are not fully fledged. But in scientific Python, fully fledged algebraic functions are available for algebraic conception.
Okay. So my last question is, can you explain the use of with statement in Python?
Okay. In Python, using the with statement, we can open a file and close it as soon as the block of code where with is used exists. In this way, we can opt for not using the close method.
Okay. Okay, let's wind up the session. So I like to conclude that all your questions are good. So you need to improve in still on updating yourself. But thank you for attending the mock interview. We'll see in the next mock interview. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.